Discover Shipwreck Beads.
Hi, I'm Carol, and today we're going to talk about the flat spiral stitch. This is a great stitch to use for making bracelets. It works up really, really quickly, and there are so many variations. It's just a whole lot of fun. So with the spiral stitch, you always have your core beads, and then you have the beads that are on the outside, or the spiral around the core. In this case, these beads are much larger than I would be using for a bracelet, but work well for demonstration purposes. And so we're going to start, my core beads are going to be these metal ones here. You start with 2 core beads, and then your spiral beads are really a matter of preference, how you want your spiral, whether you want it to be snug up against the core, do you want it a little more loopier. I'll show some examples later of some different ways to change it up a little bit. But in this case, I'm going to use 6 of these white beads here. Let me reorient this a little bit. Okay, there we go. So we've pulled these beads through the 2 core beads and come out the side. We're going to then repeat this. So 6 of the white. Again, coming up through the bottom here. And there you can see we have a loop on either side. We're going to add a core bead, 6 for the spiral, and then we're going to skip this first core bead and go through the top 2. Snugging it up, and then repeat for the other side. And back through the center, snugging it up, and then you can see that you're starting to build one spiral kind of underneath the other, and you're going to continue on in the same pattern, adding your 1 core bead, 2 sets of the outside beads, but making sure that you're only going through the very top 2 of the core beads. And it will, one of the things that when you're working with it, it may flop around, it may jump around, or you pick it up and you set it down. And there's definitely an upside down and a right side up in the spiral, in the flat spiral. And if you start it and accidentally flip it, it's not going to lay properly at all. So in this case, this is the bottom, and this is the top. And the way you know which is the top and the bottom is that your very first group that you did should be laying tucked up underneath, and each one is just laid on top of that as you're going across until you get the finished length that you want. Now I have a couple of examples here, some bracelets. Here's one that was done in glass pearls, 13-aught seed beads, and 4mm bicones, and you can see that the look is very elegant, very classy, and it's just a beautiful bracelet. And then I have another example here that's a little more fun, a little more sassy. This one's done with the larger fire polish in the core, and then the 11-aught seed beads, and these really, really fun little leaf beads on the fringe, so it's got a lot of movement and a lot of fun.
Beads are cool, beads are fun. Explore the treasures, discover Shipwreck Beads.